Well, hey everybody. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it's warm here. Unseasonably warm. And that's just because of all the love radiating off the screen. Well, there's something radiating off the screen. All three screens. 4 screens, actually, that I have here. 5 if you count the phone. Jesus, Randy. I hope you're all loving the little Logic Winter Wonderland here, created by our friend Sinan Baral. Hopefully he's going to be able to join us today. But he made this for us, and I'm going to take the setup and throw it up in the Logic portal after the show today, in case anybody wants to poke around at some of his particle madness and magic. How's it going, Mark? Refamiliarizing myself with Zoom. It's like an old friend. An old friend that you thought you kind of had moved on from, you know? Hey, Sean. Hello, Valentine. Hard is here. I feel good about this, Randy. This is going to be a good show. It's got all the feels, you know? And particles. Oh, everybody's coming in. Hey there, Jeff. Matt is here. Philippe is here. Tim Farrell is here. All is right with the world. All right, here we go, Randy. This is the last one of the year. All right? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your window right now when I do this. Ha! Wiped it away. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a little holiday edition of Logic Live. My name is Andy. It is so nice to see you all and so nice to be here. I'm going to change my view here to gallery so I can see everybody. Whoa! Philippe, that lighting is amazing, by the way. I just wanted to acknowledge that. Beautiful. Renee is here. Oh, wonderful. All right, my friends. It is the holiday show. It is Logic Live 2021. Let's go through the slides, shall we? I'm going to spotlight this for everyone. And this episode of Logic Live is brought to you, surprise, surprise, by our friends at Synesys.io. Solutions development, integration, and support, supporting Flame artists since 1997. And our friends at AJA, together with Flame since 2006. Any y'all need tech support? Call Jack. Jack Horrocks. He recently got his nails done. We saw it yesterday on the Discord. They're green, they're sparkly, and they're ready to work for you. So if you have any technical problems with your Flame right now, Randy, thank you. There's a huge difference between doing this on Zoom and doing this on Ecamm. Is I can see everybody's reaction to the bad jokes. So I'm just going to power through that. Jack Horrocks, Jack at flametech.com.au, Flame networking, storage, and custom builds. Bless you, Jack. And just wanted to remind everybody that our US-based Logic members can save 10% off on all Intuos Pro tablets from Wacom by using the code Logic10 at checkout and use this little shortened link that they've given us, bit.ly/WacomLogic. Save yourself some cash. You all know you need one. And of course, if anyone needs anything from Boris Effects, you can use the Logic.tv discount code to save yourself 15%. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've heard, but we got merch. I'm wearing some. I know a bunch of you are wearing more. We just added hats to the lineup, right? We've got winter hats in black and white. We've got baseball hats in black and white. So I think Randy might be reaching for a hat right now. He's going off camera. No? Well, we're going to keep pushing along. You can save 10%. There we go. Hold on, everybody. Let me let MB in because she needs to see this. All right. Right there. If you ever wanted to know, like, potentially how good you can look in Logic merch, look no further than the hat formerly adorned by Randy McEntee. Thank you very much, Randy. And, you know, as we say in the business, the check is in the mail for your modeling fees. Thank you very much. You can save 10% through the end of the year on all Logic merch if you use Logic 10 at checkout. Want to give a huge thank you to our patrons on Patreon because last week we crossed the threshold of 100 patrons. We're actually at 104. The list keeps getting bigger. The font keeps getting smaller. So I want to thank everybody who has sponsored us on Patreon. We could not do what we do without you. If you'd like to take advantage of some of the things we offer our patrons and support what we're doing here at Logic, we have 3 tiers of membership, and you can sign up at patreon.com/LogikTV. If you haven't already joined the conversation on Discord, please do. There's so much more to be learned or gleaned than just the color of Jack Horrocks' nails. There's just wonderful conversation going on Discord all day and night because we're a worldwide community. So if you go to forum.logic.tv and click the Discord link, you can join in on the conversation. Just want to remind everybody we have 3 new Logic Academy classes out there for your enjoyment. The first is the Image Node by our friend Jeff Kyle, who was on the show a couple weeks ago. It's a 2-parter. Part 1 is an overview of the Image Node workflow, and Part 2 dives down into some particular workflows on beauty, color grading, and then some extra tips. Jeff is really great at pointing out all the gotchas that you're going to hit along the way. Speaking of gotchas that you're going to hit along the way, color management is a nightmare, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not getting any simpler. But the solution to all of your color management problems, 8-Minute Aces by Randy McEntee. So definitely check that out. And Randy also did an intro to NDI. I don't know if anybody's picked up on this, but a lot of us are working remotely now. And NDI is a wonderful way to share what's going on with your flame to your client, to the rest of your team, anywhere, either at home or around the world. Randy has a bunch of great tips and tricks on how to use things like iOS apps and all other kinds of things to get the most out of the NDI workflow. These are available for free at Logic TV. And I want to thank Autodesk for sponsoring this round of the Logic Academy. And while we're thanking our friends from Autodesk, thank you, Grant K. The latest from the Flame Learning Channel is something that I call the solution to one of Alan Letterry's problems. You can now cache a certain defined range of frames in your setups if you're going to do any like motion vector analysis or any kind of multipass caching. So check out Grant's latest, and maybe together we can help Alan get through the holidays. All right. I don't know if you've been under a rock, ladies and gentlemen, or just asleep for the last 2 weeks, but we had a big One Frame of White show last week, and we're able to announce our winner of the 2021 One Frame of White contest is our very own Stephen Miller from London in the UK, and his entry, Logic Race 2021. Congratulations, Stephen. Big round of applause. Stephen's going to be on. He's here. I see him right there. He's a living embodiment of Christmas with the tree behind him. And he's going to be on a little bit later to take us through his winning setup. Stephen took home a Dell Precision 7760 mobile workstation, courtesy of our friends at Dell and NVIDIA, with support from Jack Horrocks. So congratulations, Stephen. Well earned, well deserved. We keep all of the archives and ProRes, high-quality ProRes QuickTimes of all the entries from One Frame of White since the beginning up at oneframeofwhite.com. So I highly encourage everybody, if you haven't already, to head on over there and check those out. All right, I'm going to remove the spotlight. I'm going to go back to the gallery view, and I'm going to say hello, everybody. After I do this, I'm going to say hello, everybody. I'll let everybody unmute themselves, too. Hold on. Let me do that. Andy Dill is here. Oh, my God. I'm in the presence of royalty. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today?
Fantastic.
Don't all answer at once.
Doing well.
Super good. Wonderful.
Very well.
Wonderful.
Super
wonderful. I'm going to call you
good.
out by name. Renee, you're doing super good?
Happy
Yes.
holidays.
Happy
Happy
Mark.
holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Hey. Happy
Oh,
holidays,
Sinan,
everybody.
you were able to join. That's great, man. Thank you for sharing the particle setup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I wanted to thank everybody for really just like a remarkable year, 2021, for all of its hurdles, frustrations, maybe setbacks, depending on your outlook on things, has been wonderful for the Logic community, and it would be nothing without all of you, with everybody out there. And I wanted to give a shout out to our friend Randy McEntee, because I want to share with everybody a few stats of what's been going on over at the forum for this year, for 2021. Okay, Randy, I ran this report this morning.
It doesn't include my waist size, does it?
It does, as a matter of fact. What we're breaking into body shaming as kind of like a new theme for Logic.tv. No, we're at 999 users on the forum. I know that statistic in particular is going to make Randy upset because we're so close to 1,000. So this is almost like a motivator. This is the closest I'm going to get to shaming.
25 more to 10-bit.
I know, right? We're so close to our current goalpost. We've had 1.4 million page views on the forum in the last year, which is kind of remarkable when you think about it, and 13,000 posts, which is amazing. So I would like to give all of you a tremendous round of applause because many of you have devoted a good deal of time into helping keep the forum going and just making it the dynamic and wonderful place that it is. And my huge thanks goes to our friend Randy for getting the thing going. So Randy, your thoughts?
My thoughts? Actually, yesterday was a big day because someone complained that a thread was too big, and I thought to myself, when's the last time that's ever happened in our business? So I think when the anthropologists unpack, oh my God, that is so loud. That's so loud.
I'll get around to it probably next year at this
You'll
point.
get around to changing the levels eventually. No, I think like one day when the if there's like such a thing as digital archaeologists, one day they'd be proud of a couple of the threads that all the information on certain things are in one place instead of scattered about everywhere. So I mean, it's just exciting and it's fun. And I just thanks everyone for showing up. And at least 1.2 million of those are me just refreshing the admin page. So so not get too excited.
The Randy bot is in full effect.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I wanted to also share with everybody, I put together a little like year in review kind of recap of Logic Live. We did 33 episodes of Logic Live this year, which is kind of remarkable. And again, like it would be nothing. When I say it would be nothing without you, I mean, all it would really be was me like rambling on for an hour every Sunday. So I'm going to share my screen here, share the video.
Well, you're up to 70 now, Andy. You're eligible for Social Security now.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm required to make that deduction at 70 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's 70 and a half. But thank you. It's quite an achievement what we've done here. All right.
That was
Not a
super
bad year,
great.
friend.
Nicely
was amazing.
done.
Absolutely.
Not
that
a
was
bad
awesome.
year, friends.
You
And
got some great moments.
oh, it was wonderful. And I was also able, Randy, you'll be happy about this. I was able to, guarantee that this is our first video we're not going to be able to monetize on YouTube thanks to the music. But it's been a hell of a year. I want to thank again, like everybody. What gave me the idea to put this together was on the Discord. There's a Python channel in Discord, and someone asked a question the other day, and the answer that I think it was Danny Yoon gave back or something was like, "Oh yeah, Fred answered that in Logic Live number 7 or something," and I was like, "He did." And I forgot. Like I went back and looked at all the stuff that we did this year on the show, and forgot all except maybe the most recent 2, and it's just amazing. Everything from the machine learning time warp that Andre has gifted to the community, which is I still can't believe it's the greatest thing of all time. Straight through to what we did for NAB. And everybody's showing off their work. What Finn showed off for subtractive CG compositing would have come in very handy last month when I was doing some CG compositing and totally forgot about it. So it's just a treasure trove. And again, it's all thanks to the community. So, huge round of applause to everybody. And so many of you who are on the screen right now were a part of it, So thank you. Randy, do you have a favorite from last year?
Oh, I was just thinking about that. I had some favorite moments of like Tipsy Kirk doing his thing. I really enjoyed seeing Andy Dill's crotch on numerous occasions.
Sure. Well, and who doesn't?
Yeah, I think Sean Cochran's presentation was super fun. And then in a distant fourth, I kept on thinking when I saw Gunpowder's internet demo when they saw the 2.2 gigabits upload speeds, that still gets me excited. So yeah. those are top 5 for sure.
That's great. Anybody else have in looking back at that list, anything that stands out?
Andy Dill, you've got a favorite. I know you do.
No. I don't know. It was nice to see a recap, but it's a tremendous amount of good stuff.
You were so gracious in not mentioning the fact that you spanked Andy in the Render Dome. But
well, I am not the reigning champion.
It takes 2.
As we're all well aware. Sean carries the title around with him.
He's the current reigning champion.
I'm just waiting for somebody to challenge me. When is it going to happen?
We almost did one in December, almost, but the stars did not align with everybody involved. But we'll definitely do more next year.
That's code for we all chickened out.
For sure. I got to say, I love Joel Osa's. His presentation was great.
Oh, completely.
Yeah, it was fun.
I just those the Joel's and then the one that you did as well, Sean. For me, were just they're amazing because you look, it's the kind of thing where you look at the shots, and that a lot went on, but you had no idea that much went on. No idea. And then as a what do we call ourselves? Like a battered veteran of being in the flame trenches for so many years, when you guys all show what you thought was going to take 5 minutes and ended up taking 4 days, it's we've all been there. And sometimes that's reassuring emotionally, but from a technical standpoint, it's also wonderful to see how you solve those crazy problems.
And just on the subject of creating a catalog, by the way, I was just going to say, I love going back to them. I've gone back to the Kier one so many times because it's so dense and rich at the time, and it's really interesting. But you're right, you forget. So I go back and I'll replay them quite a bit. Okay, God, that's the part. I kind of know the time code actually, where the juicy bit is, that I have to remember.
Totally.
Yeah, I have a lot of these bookmarked because obviously I watch Grant K's videos to learn something new, but then I like going through these videos because they're real life scenarios with entertainment value as well. So they're really fun to watch again. I've gone through a lot of them and watched them over and over. So they have a great value. I love having them in the library.
Totally. MB, I love.
Thanks, Andy, for
the one we did on Stories of Old Flame. Where it all started, and It was just wonderful to have like to have you and Wally and who else? We had Jake and JFP, Kirk. You know, just on, just kind of sharing. You know,
Kind of our
stories from the
first user
beginning.
group meeting. Those were the players.
Mm-hmm.
The first.
That was wonderful.
I'm lucky I just remembered it all. There you go.
You're in good company. I cut off somebody who
Mark,
when I was-
Mark, you're gonna say?
I just want to say thanks, Andy, for the info on Copycat. You literally just saved me weeks of work, and it's absolutely fantastic what it does. I don't even know how it does it in the background, but it's like, it's magic. It's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, man.
Can you please elaborate for those of us who don't know what you're talking about?
Oh, the new Copycat, which is basically the machine learning that you train it on different models based upon like cleanup work. So Andy had done a whole presentation on that, and then I tried to give it a whirl myself, and it's awesome.
That's Nuke, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Nuke.
Yep, it's done through Nuke, and then I showed how you can link. Oh, thank you, Randy. I think Randy just put the link to that in the chat. But I also showed how you can connect your trained models in Nuke to Flame using PyBox. So it's a bit of a slower render, but you never really have to. Once it's trained up, you never have to leave Flame, and it's a great tool. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
It sounds intimidating because it's Nuke and not Flame, but it's surprisingly user friendly. Like it's very logical in how it works. You just feed it the source, you feed it the result, and then it does the work. It's, you know, that's pretty much it.
Kind of like being a Flame artist.
That's a great tip, guys. That's writing that down. Awesome.
Sweet.
You know, the thing you did that was amazing for me, Andy, was the ML runway. Right after that, the AI matte cutting thing, I had tried it, and then right after that, I got a rotoscoping job from hell. It was 60 seconds of roto of stock footage, and I used that a lot. So it was incredible. So thank you for that.
Oh, thanks. I actually want to get those guys back on because they've done some updates lately or recently. I don't remember exactly when they launched it, but the algorithm's better, it's faster, it's more responsive. But you could also do things like you can go frame by frame and paint stuff too. Like, you know, so the ML does its thing for the grand shape, but then if you want to get in and really fine tune stuff, you can get in there and paint if you want to. So maybe I'll try to get them back on.
Yeah, I was looking forward to improvements.
I
was looking forward to improvements, so it gets better. I'm sure it will. So very exciting. And thank you.
Surprisingly good on things like cats. I've used it, fish.
I wonder why.
Yeah, that's right. The fish. I remember the fish. That was so cool.
The fish we used for a spot. Cats, I might have used it for our family holiday card this year. It's amazing. He was able to get a black cat sitting on a dark background, whiskers and all. So God bless the machines.
That's amazing.
Right?
Great.
I used it just the other day myself pretty extensively, where I had everybody shot on a white cyc, except that the white cyc was dark in the corners. And because it was all wipes in and out and stuff, I had to flatten it all out. And it was, I think, 40 shots. And each one I was able to build into a BFX and copy and paste it from shot to shot with just a few adjustments on each one. Probably saved me great. six or 8 hours of work.
That's great. I wanted to also give a shout out to Jasmine's here. I wanted to thank you as part of the whole, we did a whole Summer of Flame series where I think it was once a month for the summer. I had you and Will and Fred and Stefan on, and rather than, just do we did do a bunch of feature demos and things like that. We really had an opportunity though with you guys to kind of dive deep into what you do. And especially from the developer's perspective, I thought it was a great insight, Jasmine. So thank you very much, man.
Sure.
Cool. I was going to try something here. We did this. I think we did this once last year. I am going to send everybody here into what we call a breakout room for 10 minutes. It's the closest thing we're going to come virtually to gathering around like a high top at a bar that can only fit 4 people. So I'm going to set that up real quick, give everybody a chance to chat with each other. We'll do this for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll continue with the show. We'll come back and oh, Wayne just joined. Let me grab him in here. And when we come back, Steven's going to take us through his one frame of white. All right, here we go.
Andy,
Yay!
how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm in Phoenix for a Kung Fu tournament, so I just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Oh, nice. Oh, you got bounced right into a breakout room.
Yeah, that was cool. I was kind of like, oh, what's going on? That's cool.
Oh,
Is there a lot
cool.
of people in a lot of rooms again?
Yeah, it ends in like 30 seconds or something like that. But I think I put like
Oh,
5 people in
nice.
each room, and there are like 6 rooms. Yeah. Oh,
That's
so
cool.
are you competing or are you just supporting?
I was competing yesterday and I got 3rd in forms, which was really cool. And then the 4
Nice.
other people that I'm here with, they all placed. So everybody at my school placed.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So it was
We're all
good.
coming back.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're
welcome back, everybody. How was it?
That was fun.
Being
Super awesome.
Sort of with
Mind-blowing.
that we haven't talked before, but it was really interesting meeting
Yeah, it was
face to
good.
face with
Yeah.
mysteries. It was good.
Yeah, the first thing
Perfect.
I said is it's just Andy trying to force awkwardness on us all. So he's in the back. He's like, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, that's right. Mission accomplished.
Dude, that's power networking right there. It's like
Yeah.
speed dating. Let's go, people.
Yeah.
Bring your game.
You know what they say? Meet anxiety S2 anxiety. You know what I mean? So I'm now.
Yeah, well, I'm
sharing it with
I'm fairly certain that any awkwardness was purely my fault. So thanks, room number 1. By the way, was everyone else named room breakout number 1? No,
No,
okay.
room 5.
Room
All right, well,
breakout
we
number
were room
3.
number 1, so you know. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Room 4.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in and say hi real quick, but I got to go back to my tournament. So I want to say hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Bye.
Your ass, Amanda.
Bye. Thanks. All
Bye.
right, bye guys. Bye.
Good luck in your tournament, whatever the tournament is.
Kung Fu.
She's
good try,
a martial artist, so she's gonna go
Yeah,
kick
she's
someone's
gonna
ass.
kick some ass.
Yeah, I'm just a frame artist.
I learned early on, you don't piss off Amanda. You make her your friend. She'll come at you with a sword
Noted.
If you're
or a
lucky.
hockey stick, one of the two.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're lucky, it'll just be a sword.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, there's a difference between like a quick painless death and blunt force trauma, and that's basically your 2 choices. Transitioning to our one frame of white winner for this year, we have the lovely and talented Mr. Stephen Miller with us. Stephen, hold on, let me just make you co-host on the meeting here. Stephen is going to take us through. Where'd you go, Stephen? There you are. Take us through. Boom. There we go. His one frame of white entry. And happy Christmas, my friend.
Thank you. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Question for you. When we did a run through about a half hour ago, there were kids running around. What room have you locked them in for the course of Logic Live?
They've run up because I'm in the front room. They've run upstairs now. They were playing Fortnite. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That's all you needed to say.
I've sent them out the room. They're now playing Roblox. I can hear them. Right, let's get my. I try not to bore everyone, so I'll make it quick. Okay, let's get my flame.
Please take as long as you want. I think we're all tired of listening to Andy for 70 episodes this year.
Thank you, Randy.
Are you kidding? This is the highlight.
Exactly.
There's a lot of love in it.
Sorry.
Can you see? Can you see? Can you see my?
Yeah, looks great.
All right, cool. So just going to quickly go through it quickly, and then I'll do a quick little thing. Yeah, so I basically broke every single shot. Like opening shot, shot 2, shot 3, the fans, blah blah blah. And it just started out basically with a kind of Tron idea, I guess. And then I sort of come up with a Lego thing. So the first thing on every single shot, I'll just quickly go through it. I've got some clouds, just a spark, some clouds moving. And then
Let's give a shout out, by the way, for S flash bulbs. Okay.
yeah. They make an appearance. And then I've got a zap. I've got a little zap going through it. And then I blurred the zap. And then that gave me my sort of stormy clouds that you see in the background. All the shots. And then we go into the first part of the so this is the first shot, basically, where we've got these discrete towers. I'll show you the side view. So we've got there's the towers at the top. And then I built like the lift shaft. I've got the mountains, I've got the lights. I built like a little stadium because of the stadium shot, obviously, in the background. Just spin the camera around, get an idea of the discrete build. And it was, yeah, just a flat plane really for the sky at the background. I did somewhere I've got spheres and stuff where the camera moves around a bit more, so I had to do like more of a 360 build on some of the shots, but that was basically kind of what I did really. And then take you to, oh, sorry, and also, sorry, just to show you what I started doing now as well.
Greatest use of action compasses I've ever seen.
Well, so what I started doing is I'll build, like every model I'll build in a separate action, put it within a compass, and then you can just, I'm sure most of you do this anyway, you can grab a compass, copy it, and then, so if I need like a Lego man, I've got him built in a separate action, so I can just copy that action, sorry, that compass with all the bits in it, and then load them straight into the action. So that was really helpful. For the fan layers, same thing, like, you know, I built each one separately, and then they all get comped onto, so, you know, each layer was built separately. I exported it with an alpha channel, and then they all get put together to create the. So this one took forever because I just kept on going, I need another layer, I need another layer. And then I started putting cameras in and got some of them drinking and stuff. And but then I realised, you know, it's like you sort of think a couple of days later, I was like, oh, some of the chairs when you were staying, they should have been flipped up because then no one's sitting on them. You know, things that sort of
oh yeah, because that really pissed me off, Stephen, when I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
Took Randy right out of the moment. Yeah,
totally.
Attention to detail, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I knew someone noticed it.
The detail on those little guys is so great. I mean, there are some of them.
How did you
different
texture
expressions.
those?
The ties are different in different shapes and.
Oh right. So the Lego man was. I'll show you now. This is. Let's get this about there. So what I did was yeah, I mean, it's just obviously a few circles and some squares and stuff. And then what I did was I used another cylinder because I tried to actually do a diffuse on the 3D shape, and it was basically covering the whole thing. So in the end, it's basically the 3D shape to make the head, and then it's just a cylinder with a diffuse, and it's got a G mask. I just created a little face. And then that gets put on top. So I did the same thing for that and the tires and stuff like that. And I did some. I was going to start animating faces and stuff, but I just ran out of time in the end. So that's basically how I did that. And the same thing with the bike. You saw the bike build, which is, oh no, this is where it crashed earlier in the test.
Whoops.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the bike, which is didn't crash. Which was, yeah, just a mirror image. You know, 2 tires and a mirror image. Yeah, right. Everything sort of flipped really, and then the trick really was when the bike appears. I had bits where I had the Lego man flying in the air and stuff like that. I was trying to go full on Tron, and it was just going to take too long. So in the end, it was just a matter of, it just sort of starts. Every piece dissolves up. I don't know if you've seen it, but it all sort of dissolves up quite quickly. So it gets this feeling of as if it's been built. So I'm just going
What
to
hardware are you showing us on at the moment?
So I don't know, to be honest. I'm mirroring into my computer at work, so it's on a HP,
okay.
Yeah, desktop.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, we're using Z Boost, but yeah. So I'm just basically going to just a quick little demo. I'm sure, I don't know if anyone does 3D shapes, 3D modeling, but the way every time I build anything this is how I build it. So I'm just going to quickly build very quickly. Tire. So I always start off with either an ellipse or a rectangle, and I'll build that up. So I'll do this quickly. Let's put in 1 second. This might be really boring, but I hope not. Okay, if we go front, side on, just going to pop that out. And then I'll just go these a little bevel to create the tire. So, sorry everyone. Okay, cool.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who sings to himself while he works.
I talk. I say things. People tell me to shut up.
Okay, so just make sure that's working. Okay, so that's
John, do you ever tell yourself to shut up while you're working?
You're usually fine as long as you don't argue with yourself and lose.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, right.
yeah. So I've just replicated that to build the second part. Tire. That's that, and then I'm just going to quickly wrap that.
Now, is that a 235 tire or a 245 tire? Low profile?
35. It's a yeah, low. It's a low profile. Yeah.
Okay. Yokohama tires, is that right?
I think so.
Logic
yeah.
branded.
Bridgestone.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you got in the
that's it.
States?
Let's bring this down here. This is going to be.
There's one in every crowd.
Oh. Let's quickly do this.
Oh, this is cool.
Duplicate that. It's going to make it a little bit smaller.
Working with 3D shape is definitely something I don't do enough, and so it always seems intimidating. So it's great to watch you do this and
I
realize.
don't know if I've ever done it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy like I just never realized. I thought you just bought stuff. I didn't realize you made it.
But,
Yeah, this
like,
is not
you're making
boring.
it you're making it look so easy and quick, and it's amazing how much detail you've just made in the last minute.
Well,
Yeah, agreed.
I kind of, it's one of those things, whenever I'm really bored at work, which is not that often, but if you've got nothing to do, I just start building stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, right. This
So
is
if we can
cool.
bring this down a little bit.
Makes me want to do more 3D now.
Right, so that's that, and then I'm just going to quickly put another action in there. And I just love it once you add the PBRs and stuff. It's sort of, I'll show you in a minute, but it's sort of, it just brings everything to life. It's just like, oh, this is really cool. This is quite fun. And as and I know it's not the best CG in the world, obviously, but I think for certain things you can use it, just to build stuff that you might in background stuff, and, what have you.
I can never remember
knowing those little tricks that you just did then speeds you up dramatically.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that name.
Let's just put this in there. Actually, I won't worry about this. And then I'll just quickly.
See, I would have just done a circle for every one of those and, done it a different way and not think to do that trick of.
And I always, just keep everything just from these basic shapes. I very rarely would like freehand something, even when I build a shape, I'll so if I'm making like diamond or whatever, something it's not a square basically, then I'll start moving the vertices and stuff, which I'll show you now. Sorry, 3D shape.
I've been using Replica more and more. I keep getting thrown like roto tasks where something's in front of a fence, where it's got or a staircase with like spindles that are at regular intervals, or a window, and the window panes are broken up in those lines that are regular intervals, and Replica is a godsend.
This is where I'd go, I'd grab the vertex and then go into the GMAS, and then I literally move the vertex that way, so I know that it's not. I've got more control over it, if that makes sense. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. So I'll do that.
It'd be good if there were some snapping tools, wouldn't there?
Oh, that's, yeah. That would be really cool.
Fred, if you're listening.
Oops, let's grab that in there. Let's make that a little bit smaller. I'm just going to there. So, nearly done. We're nearly done. Put tire. Let's put that. So probably do a little bit small. I'll just do a quick replica node for that. Let's call that 6. And yeah, so and this is kind of the way I built everything really. So then that's, I think that's
cool.
Oh, I need to move that over.
That's extremely satisfying.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And then, so that would be like, say that's, and then you can add more detail. And then for the tire that I made for the Tron stuff, there is actually a tire PBR. So I have that substance. Sorry, map PBR I made, which is a little tyre rubber bridge. And then for the inner tyre, I think I added some. I've done this before because I know, you know, obviously I did this earlier, so I've been through it. But so obviously I usually
earlier.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing worse, is there, when you see like a demo and I'm like, how do they do that so fast? And, you know, I did actually, spend about 20 minutes figuring this out earlier. And then for the rings,
only 20 minutes, huh? Jesus.
So, yeah, but you know, I had built the so then for the shader, so basically, let me break this down. It's going to be confusing. So you've got this bit here is the tire. This bit is the inner, what do you call it, the rim thing. I'm not very good at cars. And then this is the bit around the sides. And what I did for this one is I've got a glow on it, which you'll see it in a couple of minutes. So I just put an emission on there. Use like a light blue, so it's going for that kind of Tron-esque look. And then once we put the IBL and stuff on there, so throw an IBL on there. Hopefully it worked. A stingray balloon, just give it a bit of glow. Throw on a ambient occlusion, and then, I mean, I play with these after, you know, just for the, and then put a little friction on there. We should have.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, it's quite cool, isn't it?
Dude.
That's good.
That
really
is so awesome.
And then
confidence is taking a hit.
And that's basically, you know, and the Lego man was a, you know,
and there's texture, nice texture on that tire too. Yeah.
That is really great, man.
It's poking through though. I've made a bit
Oh no, you got holes in your tire. You hit a nail.
Take it back. But yeah, and that's just how I sort of modeled everything really quite quickly.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
That's a great demo.
That's how I did it. But you should, I encourage everyone to play with these. And you know, I don't do anything, you know, I keep everything quite simple, and then I just add these IBLs pretty much straight out off the bat, you know, just put them on, and all of a sudden you see it like, you know, oh wow, it looks amazing. And then I start adding more stuff down obviously the pipeline.
Do you ever use the curves with the bezel? With the bevel instead? I noticed you just used a couple of the sliders instead, but do you ever use the curve?
Not really. I have done actually, funny enough, on a few things where you can start bending stuff, but not really. I try to keep, because it's kind of quite, I can't really, it's what's the word I can use? What's the word? I don't know. I don't find it intuitive enough. You know, I don't. It's almost like, I'm sort of playing with things. You know, whereas if I need to build something, I just look at it and think, you know, say it was a bottle or something like that. You know, you look at it and go, I can build that. It's quite simple shapes. When it starts getting into sort of fiddly bits, I generally don't.
Where did you do the rotation of the tire? In like the animation of the rotation of the tire?
Yeah, did you use Tim Farrell's math on that?
What, in the actual spot? Sorry, what do you mean?
Well, when the tire starts spinning around, like when it's attached to the bike.
Oh right, okay, yeah, that's just an axis. I just animated it turning. Okay. Yeah, that was just so.
And did you get any You didn't get any wobbly circle, did you? Because it's a perfect circle.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I mean, for this bike, this was the build of the bike, and then I've got axes for. So that's the wheel spin back, so I can get that axis and basically just start turning around.
Right.
What's your action color spacer?
It's just a video.
Rec 709 video. Okay.
Yeah. I did.
Because lighting and sometimes glows work better and especially light flares, lens flares work better in scene linear or some other color space.
Well, do you know what? I did think about building it on scene linear, but it was just a fast turnaround, and it was almost like it wasn't giving me vastly improved. I found from what, you know, the speed I needed to get it done. So I just like the fact that it was just, just what I saw was what I got really quickly. I know you can obviously change the to look up. And then, but I did start. I think some of the earlier stuff might have been in C linear, and then what's on my way now? Where's my film? Oh, something. But then I sort of got. To be honest, it's not a way I usually work. I don't do loads of CG, so it's kind of I always have to It's like you guys were saying earlier about you go back to watch the videos. Go, oh God, yeah, get your brain going again. And because it's just not a way. I did some CG about 3 months ago. I went back and actually worked that way. I went ACCG, but it was almost like to retrain my brain to do it. So when I did this, I literally had a week. I was like, oh, how do I do that ACCG thing again? And I was like, no, I'll just do it how I know how to do it, which is the worst thing because you kind of get in your comfort zone.
Keep it simple on video.
Yeah, but I'd like to sort of get more into that kind of ACCG way of working and stuff.
Hey, Stephen, can you show everybody the ambient occlusion on and off? That was one of the discoveries I had for my one frame of white, and I had so much fun using it. It's so beautiful and it's so simple. It makes things look so much better. I just want to make sure everybody knows that button. I'm sure you do, but just in case. Great. Yeah, really love it.
And I usually dial it. I think I dialed it down. I just got an idea on this guy. Sorry guys, 1 second. And that was the other good thing. What I did, same thing with the cameras. Each camera set had the same like IBLs and stuff like that on there. So I just same thing. I put it into a compass, and then I could just copy it, bring it into the next setup, just carry on doing it rather than Just, 1 second. I might be on there. What else? I did some ambient occlusion. This one. Let's put that on there, and I'll put some reflections. I love the reflections. They just okay. So come back to them. Oops. What's going on? Oh, that's one. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. And then I sort of, I usually dial it down because you can sort of dial how much you want in there. So you should give that a little drop. But that's about it, really. And then the bloom I sort of did, but I had glows afterwards and stuff. And that was basically
the way it kind of tucks the shadows underneath things and stuff.
Yeah. I funny enough, I used it for not on a 2D thing. It was a washing line job where the premise was it's a woman they shot on green screen, was falling through just basically a tunnel of washing. So we shot obviously different layers of washing lines, and then I did the same thing. I put ambient occlusion on that, and it just built the whole thing up really good. I just added layers and layers, made it like a tunnel, and it looked really good actually.
Very cool.
If I say so myself. But yeah.
Just it.
But yeah, that's how I did it. Basically.
That's great. Awesome. Does anybody have any other questions for Stephen?
Not sure if Stephen said already, but how long did he work on it for?
Probably about a week, I think. It was I think it was 3 whole days. So it was like I worked the Saturday, Sunday, where I'd kind of got the opening. I basically had the opening shot, and then my kids were talking about this new Lego game that's coming out. And then that's when I then built the Lego guy. And then I pretty much spent a whole day building the Lego because it was just trying to get it to work. And then so that had been the Saturday and Sunday, and then I had a couple of hours here and there during the week when I was at work, and then this had to be delivered on the Sunday. It was my son's birthday on the Sunday, so I think I got up at like 5 in the morning because I only had the opening. I had the opening shot and the fans. That's all I had. I was like, fuck. And I had actually written. I've got a little storyboard. I'd kind of thought, oh, this is going to do this. Going to do this. So I had those 2 shots, and I needed 30 seconds, and so I was just like, right, I've got the track now, so let's just get the camera. Okay, and I was watching car races. I saw the cameras, so I was like, okay, that'd be my first camera shot. Then I wanted the camera to fly, and I was going to try and do particles flying off stuff. I didn't have, I played that, cost me 2 hours, and it wasn't working. And then the last shot was the arcades, which I built really quickly. I built little plugs and stuff, and then that probably took. And I think I went to like midnight, exported it, and then I've got a Logic upstairs, so I went upstairs and spent another 2 hours writing the music, and then went to bed.
Logic.
yeah,
the other
Logic.
Logic.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then
God, you're superhuman, man. That's incredible. Really incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
How long does each render take? Did it take to render?
Each render was probably about half an hour, but each layer of the fans was 25 minutes, and then I think it's 7 layers, and then that was another. So that was probably 3 or 4 hours to render that.
Wow.
And then everything else after that.
Do you cache render, or do you like to subclip it?
Yeah, like batch.
That BFX render.
Yeah, exactly. And it was actually funny enough. I had no motion blur on anything because that was just killing the machine.
Let it kill it. Yeah.
And then my boss was like, "Have you tried the Sapphire? Not Sapphire. The camera, Stingray, yeah, motion blur." And so the shots of the bike flying past originally had no motion blur, and I went to try and render it. And it was like 5 hours or something, just for like a 25 frame shot. And then my boss was like, "Wait, have you tried that blur?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. We've used it." And it took like 10 minutes.
Wow.
And it worked enough, for it. I was like, brilliant. So I put that on a couple of shots, and that saved me a hell of a lot of time.
That's cool. Very cool.
But I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's my 3rd year in a row, and I just sadly look forward to it. If you've never done it, I think, as we all say, it's that one time of the year where you get the brief, but everything's down to you. It's not like I don't have to send it off, and it's like revisions. It's the top bloke in the left-hand side. Can he be a slightly different red or something? Or we've noticed there's a, it's like. So it's just, you've got your day. It's always, I find it kind of, it helps with my sanity through those 2 weeks of the year, whatever, when I'm doing coffee job or whatever. It's just nice to go, just get this done, and then I can go and do my little 1 frame of white thing, and then come back and carry on painting out coffee splats on whatever. Which is what I'm doing next week.
Yep. So you saw 27 people all just go, yep, like nod. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I remove a lot of electrical outlets off of walls. That's one of the things I do. And thermostats. Always removing thermostats.
I mean, and how many times, it's like, and then you get the, I suppose this isn't the Bugbear channel, but when you're about to send your work out, and you've got the layers of creatives and all the other layers, and then the producer and the runner start giving you comments.
Right.
And the CEO's wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
we've all been there. Well, thanks, man. Great job, Stephen. Thank you for sharing that with us today.
Yes, guys. Thank you. Hope it wasn't too boring.
It was great.
Fascinating.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. It wasn't boring.
Not boring at all. That's fantastic.
It's never boring watching another flame artist.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Very true.
No, that's true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Amen. I wanted to turn the microphone over to my friend Randy McEntee, just to spend a couple minutes just kind of talking about 2022 and some of the things we're planning for Logic.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it would be a discussion, so I just kind of wanted to open it up a little bit, because I know you guys have heard us talk enough throughout the year, but I mean, we got a bunch of stuff going on, and in fact, we got a few of us here have to wrap it up in about 20 minutes to go start our anti-penultimate hive mind session for the year, and yeah. So I mean, obviously, like we've got the community together in new and interesting ways, and we're hungry tigers, and we want the community to get fed. So I think looking forward, I'd just love to hear what's important to you guys, because we think we're listening, but we don't get a chance to have such precise kind of one-on-one feedback. So I think the ultimate goal is just to support the heck out of flame artists across the globe. And under that kind of remit, it's like, what ought to be next? So yeah, that's kind of an open-ended question, but I think it's a fun question to ask. Anyone have any thoughts?
I was just thinking about how it would be if we could collaborate on something. Like 3 artists working together on one project, all at the same time, and coming up with something like a frame of white thing. Would that make sense for anyone? I don't know.
Hey, maybe I can add to that. What if we all worked together and worked on a specific NFT platform where we all release NFTs? That could be very exciting. I'm assuming everybody has an inkling of what that means.
Not a bit.
I'm sorry, I'm from Australia. I don't know what NFT is.
Well, now you have a homework assignment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think there's if there's anything that I have learned is, wait, have I learned it? Yeah, I might have. There's like, I never would have thought of that, Ralph. That's really interesting. And
because as a community, it would be a community of us, and we would all maybe contribute, and it could be very exciting.
Yeah, I think there's so many different ways, there's so many different opportunities. Like when you just have enough people together, and you can connect them easily in ways. Like Sinan, actually, when we were listening to Stephen's presentation, my first thought was selfishly, how could we do a group? One frame of white, and I get to coast. So we're like, at least learn with how everyone, like, he does nod his head like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting, because like I collaborate, like that could be an interesting spin, is to do a group category of some sorts, or I don't know. And I think or changing that in a way. Yeah.
Charles Quinn had this thing he used to talk about. It was one artist would do something and hand it off, and the other artist would do something
Tennis.
to it.
Flame tennis.
And you just keep going, and maybe at the end, and maybe the iterations could be the NFT, and the final one could be the final NFT, which of course we all are monetized on because of its NFT status.
Well, as long as we create a cryptocurrency that's powered by every time we crash and submit flame logs.
That's right. You're onto something.
I'm into that.
An incentive
Group
to
of crash.
more.
Yeah, exactly. New computers.
CER reports. Yeah,
crash faster. But I think and if there's a big theme that Andy and I learned from the year is when you make is when you choose to turn things off and switch things. A lot of people say, give it, why didn't you get somebody else involved? And so our response has always been, what great idea. What do you want to do to help? So I think moving forward, like, let that kind of, all those ideas and any ideas that you come up with the next, for the rest of the time, is like, okay, cool, that sounds cool. Is there anyone else out there willing to do it and get involved?
Right. Well, sure.
And do that stuff?
It's a curiosity for right now, and I think it's interesting as a concept, and it could be something that unites us, because there is a monetizing component to that. Where if the NFT, if it becomes popular and resells, the original artist gets a cut that you determine when you create the smart contract that's embedded in the NFT. And it could be a wonderful source of income and a creative expression, and it could generate a lot of press too. Not that I think we all want that, but that's part of it. Yeah, I could certainly steer the ship a little bit in that regard.
That's cool. Well, I have put together, I think, like, maybe put a post out there or something, and we'll see if someone's interested, and just put a little club together and like a little crew and see what happens. And I think if that's a fascinating, I never would have dreamed about that in a million years. But if anyone else has other things like that, I think that's really powerful.
There's a free NFT platform right now. It's called bbs.network. And we could start a BBS there right now called Logik, and we could all jump onto it. And anything you post there becomes an NFT. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't need to link up a wallet. You don't need any kind of verification whatsoever. We could easily do it. And it's a ground floor opportunity. It just launched. It's a BB, what do they call it? A Reddit killer. It's supposed to be like Reddit. But I did a post there today, and right away I had $2 in my account because I've created a post. Then I purchased a couple of NFTs with that $2 for 30 cents each. And anybody that interacts with those NFTs from now on in time, I get a cut of. So it's like potentially an organic way for us to work together. I'm throwing it out there. I don't know. I don't want to dominate the whole conversation, but it's a thought.
That's fascinating. Thanks.
Cool. Cool.
I'll do a post on that.
Yeah, please do.
Anybody else?
I mean, one thing that's come up, a thing that is sort of thematically keeps coming up is just how do we continue to inspire younger people to get involved in Flame? And one of the things that's happening, of course, is all the studios, we have everybody's going home and working from home, and the whole runner approach of people coming up through the studio and then finding out, what is this magic machine? Flame. Oh, cool. And then they get into it. That's kind of slowly going away. So we all should be, I think, focused on, how do we really inspire younger generation to get into this software?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any answers, but I know it's a thing that we'll have to think about for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if we had a bingo game, like a Logic Live bingo game, like that would be like the center square of a topic as far as like all the things that we seem to always come back. Like, what do you think, Andy? That's been such a top 10 theme, right?
Definitely top of the list.
Yeah.
We've been talking about some low-hanging fruit, like taking, let's do a render dome with somebody who does visual effects, does either feature episodic or commercial level visual effects, but does them in After Effects or something. And we'll do a Flame versus After Effects artist or something like that as a way to kind of get eyeballs outside of our Logic community,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are just baby steps. And again, like I said, it's low-hanging fruit, but little things like that.
Well, we've and just to kind of share a couple things that might be cooking. So because of the strength of people consuming our content, for lack of a better phrase, larger companies like Wacom, which is actually how you pronounce it, because I thought it was Wacom, but apparently it's like
we were
Wacom.
schooled, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we were schooled by four Wacom employees who have like a combined 100 years. They're like, it's Wacom.
So nice to meet you. It's pronounced Wacom.
It's Wacom. But they are incredibly, like, there's so many large companies. I mean, companies whose products that we work with every day who have far more money and reach and Twitter followers than Andy has OnlyFans subscribers. So that gets really exciting is when you can get to connect.
I'm working hard, man.
I'm trying. Or you're trying. But I mean, those are all like interesting things. So like, Wacom is insanely interested in seeing how to support our community, and other companies like Lenovo and Dell and HP, obviously they've given us stuff to give away, but they're like, hey, we want to do more. So I think those are all things that we're working on and thinking about, but we need more members of the army, so to speak, to just continue to push and reach and ask hard questions and get people involved.
What if we challenge everybody to just up their game in every possible way? And we demonstrate how not only we did that, but how others supported us in doing that. So that we become this team that are running this Starship Enterprise, and boy, you would wish you could get aboard. Like, you want to get aboard. We don't have to tell you to get aboard. You'll want to, because you'll see this community, and maybe even something down to like every single webcam shot, it gets improved. The things we wear on camera are we just take everything up a notch. I used to do that when I was really depressed. I would say, okay, change everything. Change your clothes, got new sneakers, new haircut, new facial hair, smoke different weed, like change everything, and see what happens, but always
very lead department.
Yeah.
just taking it up. It's legal now. It's just taking it to the next level, you know, and upping your game, you know, and that's what I think you guys are doing. You know, you're just taking us all to the next level, and we go, oh my God, that's a thing, you know, and it's exciting. So celebrate that maybe in the form of an NFT, and in the form of artistic expression. You know, bringing different communities to sort of you know, we challenge the After Effects community to do something as cool as we're doing. You know, bring it on. That would be cool. Like dance off, you know, let's get the 3D community to have their little world do something cool. So like the flame takes the lead, just like you guys have taken the lead in doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting to see the growth and the number of shows and the camaraderie and everything else. It's incredible to see. And here we all are, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well said, Ralph. Yeah, cool. I mean, thank you. I think by the way, whenever I get depressed, I just try and brush my teeth once a month, and that seems to pull me up out of the. So, but like, there's always, when people want to help, there's always a million ways to do it, right? And I know it sounds ridiculous, but you know, just inviting a few people to the forums or watching something, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Andy and I are starting to trade that for other things that are important. So I know we're all busy, but the least thing, I mean, the easiest thing you can do is to make sure that you do those things and invite others too. And then if you get a chance to do other things like come on a show or share something, like that's all like, you know, above and beyond. But that's the kind of stuff that eventually can really continue to build a community. So I know it doesn't sound much, but
it is.
That's huge for us, you know. And then Autodesk is like, hey, cool, you have this striving thing. Like, we want to support you and your artists, and they get involved, and we get Autodesk friends joining us, you know, which is fabulous just to have them, you know, part of the woodwork. So
that
that's
image
kind of
node thing alone was like blew my mind. Like that image, it's like, oh my God. So absolutely.
I think just to take away, just a huge takeaway from what Randy was saying was that, you know, as these big companies, these hardware partners or software partners or whatever have approached us, the conversation usually starts out with like, we make this, we would like to give you one of these to give away to the community. We see that as kind of like the starting point for a relationship and not just the end, you know. You know, we're like as a springboard to kind of see how we can extend the reach and things like that. So I wanna turn our direction to. I have a couple of things to give away because we are running a little past the 3 o'clock hour, and we got to bounce over to the patrons Q&A. So I'm going to shift gears here and do this and press this button. Did it work? It worked. Okay, good. I have, yes, let me go back here. I have a couple things to give away. I have from our friends at Backblaze. I have a $300 credit towards what they call cloud backup. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm going to give that away to a lucky winner. The only thing is the person has to be here. Is my screen not sharing?
It's sharing.
It is? Okay,
we're seeing it.
All right.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Give it a spin. Give it a spin,
All
Melkus.
Right, here we go.
Spin it with all you. Yeah, there you go.
Round and round.
We're on pins and needles.
Is Dirk here? Dirk is not here.
Oh, Diggler.
All right, that's okay. It goes back into the pot. We're going to spin again. Here we go. Brian Bailey, I saw your name. Are you still here? Congratulations, brother.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Brian?
Hey,
Congratulations.
I knew that would get you to turn your camera on. You've just won a $300 credit for cloud backup from backblaze.com. Congratulations, man.
Awesome.
All right. Next up, I have a $99 gift certificate to FX PhD. Let's see who the lucky winner is going to be for that. Matt McDonald. Congratulations, brother.
No, very cool.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Sweet.
Nice.
Fantastic.
All right. Next up, I have your choice of any of our fashionable Logic headwear. That's winter hats or baseball hats. Going to MB Emmy. Congratulations, MB.
MB.
Hey, because I was just saying how cold it is in California, so I do that.
It's like the universe heard you. Congratulations, MB.
Yay.
All right, and finally, I've got a Logik hoodie to give away. We now have a zip up as well as the pullover hoodie. And that's going to Sinan, whose last name I misspelled. Congratulations, man. I'll get it right on the mailing address, though, I promise. Congratulations, buddy. All right. Well, again, I just want to thank everybody for all the support this year. It's been a wonderful ride here at Logik in building the community and just watching it grow. And like I said at the top, it would be nothing without all of you. So a big round of applause for everybody. And I want to wish you all a very happy holiday, whichever one you celebrate. In fact, celebrate all of them. I think we've all learned it. We've all earned it this year. So if you're walking down the street and you see someone celebrating a holiday, jump on that bandwagon. Damn it, you've earned it. And have a wonderful new year. And Randy and I are hoping with fingers and toes crossed that we can do something in person next year, whether it's at NAB or in your local market or something like that. Because it's desperately needed at this point. But thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you guys very
Thank
much
you.
for all this.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Andy.
Happy holidays.
it's been amazing.
Happy holidays.
Congrats.
Thanks,
man.
everybody.
Holidays.
Thank you
Happy
so
holidays,
much.
guys.
Happy holidays.
Good seeing y'all, friends. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks,
Stay safe,
everybody.
everybody.